There are seasons in life when time seems to stretch endlessly before us, and we find ourselves caught in the painful space between what was and what we hope will be. Maybe you're waiting for test results that will change everything. Perhaps you're in that long corridor between losing someone you love and learning how to live without them. Or maybe you're simply waiting for a door to open, for healing to come, for purpose to emerge from the fog of uncertainty that has settled over your days. Waiting can feel like the cruelest form of living. Each day seems to mock us with its sameness. We watch others move forward while we remain suspended, and we begin to wonder if our lives are somehow on hold, if these days of waiting are being subtracted from the sum of our existence rather than added to its meaning. But there is an ancient promise written for hearts exactly like yours, for moments precisely like this one. Listen to these words from Isaiah chapter 40. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Let those words settle for a moment. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. Notice that this promise isn't given to those who rush ahead or push through or figure it all out on their own. It's specifically for those who wait. There's something profound happening in the waiting that we often miss. When Isaiah speaks of waiting upon the Lord, the Hebrew word carries the meaning of hoping, expecting, looking forward with confident trust. It's not passive resignation or empty time killing. It's an active, intentional posturing of our hearts toward the one who sees the entire story when we can only see this chapter. Think of a farmer who plants seeds in spring. The weeks between planting and harvest aren't wasted time, they're essential time. Beneath the surface, in the dark soil where nothing seems to be happening, everything is actually happening. Roots are growing deeper, strength is building, life is preparing to break through. Your waiting may feel like fallow ground, but what if it's actually fertile soil? What if these days that seem so empty are the very days when your spiritual roots are growing deeper than they ever have before? What if this season of waiting is not a detour from your purpose, but preparation for it? The promise continues. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. Eagles don't fight the storm, they use it. They spread their wings and let the very winds that could destroy them carry them higher. Your waiting season, with all its uncertainty and longing, might be the very wind beneath wings you didn't even know you were growing. Then comes this beautiful progression. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Running speaks of those intense seasons of life when everything happens quickly. Walking speaks of the everyday, ordinary moments that make up most of our existence. The promise covers it all, whether life asks us to sprint or simply put one foot in front of the other. Those who have learned to wait upon the Lord find strength for both. Perhaps you've been measuring this season by what isn't happening instead of what is. You've been counting the days lost instead of the character gained, the opportunities missed instead of the wisdom earned, the prayers seemingly unanswered instead of the faith quietly deepened. But what if your waiting isn't wasted time at all? What if it's sacred time? What if these quiet days when nothing seems to change on the outside are the very days when everything is changing on the inside? What if learning to wait well is actually learning to trust well, and learning to trust well is the foundation for every good thing that's coming? The God who spoke this promise through Isaiah is the same God who sees you in your waiting room, whether that's a doctor's office, an empty house, a job you've outgrown, or simply the space between who you were and who you're becoming. He doesn't see your waiting as wasted time. He sees it as preparation time, strengthening time, root-growing time. You are not forgotten in your waiting. You are not overlooked. You are being prepared for wings. If these words have brought comfort to your heart today, I want to invite you to subscribe for daily scripture comfort and promises of peace. Let this community be a place where you can return whenever waiting feels too heavy to bear alone. And know this, your season of waiting has purpose. Rest in that truth. Let it be enough for today.